Vote like your life depends on it, or vote like your children's lives depend on it. Because they do. A man who believes his fame gives him the right to grab one of your daughters or sisters or mothers or wives by any part of their bodies. And all the men with daughters and sisters and mothers, everybody, no matter how you identify, now is your chance to vote against Donald Trump. Vote for Joe. He's a good person. Thank you.
What happens when a pop icon goes toe-to-toe with a political heavyweight? We're about to find out. Lady Gaga just dropped a truth bomb on Trump that's got everyone talking, but the real question is, will it make a difference? From poker face to poker hot political statements, Gaga's not playing games anymore. Are her little monsters about to become a political force to be reckoned with? Let's break it down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Instead of merely dabbling in politics, our mother monster went all out and did a full-on cannonball approach.
You've declared your backing for Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
I mean, there will be a new president, and it could be Donald Trump.
I think what is most important is for us to try to decipher now what is real and what is not, and what is honest and what is dishonest, and be accepting of those things, and not operating from fear. Some people want to win races. Other people want to be president of the United States.
Believe me when I say that on a day with a lot of wind, it made a more significant impression than Trump's hair. Since quite some time ago, Lady Gaga has been preparing political activism, and it is even more fiery than the hot sauce that she used in her telephone video. Remember her attack on Melania Trump? Do you remember it? Even more painful than the sharp bra cones she wore before. That must be the situation. Despite this, Gaga had not yet completed her work. She is currently urging anyone who will listen to vote against Trump. She has been doing this the entire time. The song Just Dance has been replaced by Just Vote, and that song is being consumed by her little monsters. When compared to Trump's late night binge on Fox News, Gaga's tweet featured a video that was more emotionally charged than the one Trump was watching. This information was being disseminated at a faster rate than Trump's conspiracy theories. It would appear that she has found a new way to go viral, and it has nothing to do with the ridiculous outfits that she is frequently seen wearing. The fact of the matter is that Gaga has strong feelings regarding injustice. With all of the wigs and glitter, who would have thought that a political powerhouse was hiding in the shadows? Rather than singing about paparazzi, she is now expressing her disapproval of the president-elect. What a difference it makes to switch careers.
Trump said Lady Gaga is not good. But here's the thing. In 2010, Trump tweeted, "I saw Lady Gaga last night and she was fantastic." I do like and I do respect that he only dances from the waist up. There is zero leg movement in any, even when he does that one. You know that one.
It is important for everyone to keep their red hats on because Lady Gaga is just getting started as she gets ready to launch a full-scale digital blitz. Trump's habit of using Twitter will appear to be a game of digital tiddlywinks by the general public. It would appear that she is devoting all of her energy to political activism rather than the elaborate stage shows that she has been running. What is the need for pyrotechnics when there is political fire? It would appear that Lady Gaga is no longer simply singing Poker Face, but rather she is actively opposing Trump in a high-stakes game of political poker. People, this is a very interesting development. Is it possible that you remember how ridiculous we thought her meat dress was? Compared to the feast that she's about to present on social media, that is a completely insignificant thing. The digital blitz that Gaga is utilizing is not something that she is experimenting with. When she tweets late at night, she is taking advantage of all of the platforms with a greater degree of force than Trump does. However, is it possible for the ostentatious post of a pop star to actually affect the outcome of an election?
Now he's got Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is not too big. I could tell you plenty of stories. I could tell you stories about Lady Gaga. I know a lot of stories about Lady Gaga.
Terrorists and criminals pouring in, and with inflation eating your hearts out, vote for Donald Trump. What the hell do you have to lose?
They're two vastly different people, okay? One of them is pure, you know, and he's a patriot, right? And the other, you know, is just going to say whatever she needs to say to get elected.
Certainly, Gaga is of the opinion that this is the case, and she is aggressively pursuing it with the same zeal that Trump pursues a bucket of KFC. On her Instagram account, Gaga is becoming increasingly artistic and personal. The way that she is manipulating people's feelings is more powerful than the way that Trump deals with his anxiety. Before she sends her little monsters to the polls, she writes posts with the intention of making them feel good about themselves on the inside. But what about Twitter? There is no doubt that Gaga is honing her skills in that area, boy. The zingers that are delivered at a White House Correspondents' Dinner, which Trump is unable to attend because he is too timid, are not nearly as zingy as her tweets. More quickly than rumors about Trump's hairstyle, they are spreading throughout the internet. Her songs contain a lot of sass, but she seems to have condensed all of that sass into 280 characters of pure political rage.
6 years ago, I was going to have the best year we ever had. At Joanne, before COVID. And when I say best year, it was 25% more than any other year. You know, he's a patriot and his policies are there, all right? They're on target, for me anyway, all right? I mean, I'm into, you know, low fuel and food prices, right? Low interest rates. I mean, they're all, I mean, if you stack them up side by side, I don't know what the hell she's talking about, all right? She keeps talking about opportunity zones, right?
It is at this point that things begin to take an interesting turn. Through her show on TikTok, Lady Gaga is teaching young people how to vote in a shorter amount of time than it takes Donald Trump to type "Kafif." She is establishing a connection with that significant group that has the potential to make a difference. According to appearances, she is the hip substitute teacher who genuinely makes civics enjoyable for her students. When compared to Gaga's social media strategy, how does Trump's approach compare? One could say that comparing a contemporary high-tech smartphone to one of those outdated Nokia bricks is similar to said comparison. Are you familiar with the ones that were unable to perform many other tasks but were able to survive a nuclear explosion? Absolutely, that is the core of the Twitter strategy that Trump employs. The social media campaign that Gaga is running is ultimately having a positive impact on a lot of people. Because each and every song is incredible, it is reminiscent of an album of greatest hits. With Bad Romance serving as their rallying cry, she has transformed her little monsters into a legion of well-informed voters who are getting ready to march to the polls. Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear that Lady Gaga is not only a formidable political figure, but also an expert in the art of poker faces. Who would have thought that those catchy songs could become one of the most effective ways to attract voters? The efforts that our pop queen is making to turn swing states into her own dance floor are being enthusiastically received by the electorate. As it turns out, Lady Gaga's influence is greater than the assurances that a politician can provide. The states of Florida, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota are among those in which she has been displaying her beauty. And guess what? Trump's inflated ego has been surpassed by the turnout of voters. It would appear that Mother Monster is a more reliable source of political advice for the younger generation of today than some old, worn-out suit. Those who are obsessed with eggs are also asserting that Lady Gaga's celebrity may prove to be more successful than those dull and outdated campaign commercial. Compared to Bad Policy, Bad Romance is, in my opinion, a more memorable song. It is possible that the next time you see a celebrity encouraging you to vote, you should not roll your eyes as hard as you normally do. It is possible that they hold the key to this political concoction that we refer to as democracy.